Hi guys, it's Kahlen Barry. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, if you know who I am, welcome back to my channel. Make sure to slap that subscribe button as well as tap the bell to be notified every single time that I upload a new video. Also, let me go ahead and plug myself. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I just got done filming a Fenty review video, so if you guys are wondering why I'm wearing the same fucking outfit, it's because I'm filming 2 videos in one day, not because I'm that much of an outfit repeater, even though I am. And honestly, what about it? But for today's video, I'm doing a Q&A where I just wanted to answer questions that you guys have for me. It's very weird because I've been doing YouTube for 4 years now, but I kind of feel like where I am in my life now, as well as like my path, is very, very different. And I just wanted to start fresh in a way. That's why I wanted to make a Q&A video, help you guys get to know me again, reintroduce myself to the world. I feel like that's kind of like what I'm doing on this channel, as well as moving forward, is just being authentically 110% me. Not that I wasn't before, but I feel like I have no fear anymore, which that's like gonna sound so weird, but there was definitely a time where I felt very much like suppressed. I definitely think moving forward though, I have a new courage and my love for YouTube has been reignited, and I'm super excited to be uploading every single week once again. That's definitely something in the past that I've struggled with, is my mental health and posting every single week, because there was always something going on. But now I feel like I'm in such a better place. And I've been taking some time to myself, as you guys might have wondered why I was gone for a month and a half. I've been healing, you know, I've been doing the work, and I feel like I'm in a place now where I can come back online finally and post videos consistently again. I'm so fucking happy about it. I really just want this channel to be completely good vibes and just completely making stuff to make y'all laugh and having a good time, but also talking about serious things when we need to have those conversations. I want to use my platform for the right reasons. So anyway, I asked you guys over on Twitter, on Instagram stories, as well as YouTube in the community tab, what questions you wanted me to answer. I told you nothing was off the table, absolutely nothing. So the first question was, when did you discover and how did you figure out you were bisexual? Do you feel comfortable using that label? See, this is something I've never talked about on my channel, and once again, why have I not? That's ridiculous. Like, there's so many people that I could probably help by talking about my experience and my journey with my sexuality. But for me, being bisexual, I think it's interesting because I didn't learn until later, actually, because when I was younger, I remember being very much like attracted to girls. Like, I had crushes on girls in my class, and I never ever had crushes on boys, like ever. And it wasn't until like late middle school, early high school when I started to be like, ooh, what's going on? But that was because, you know, we were going through puberty and shit, and I feel like that's when I started seeing men differently, I guess. I was like, ooh, they a little cute or whatever. But I never thought that when I was younger, obviously. So I think my experience is a little bit different, but I feel like everyone's experience with sexuality could be different. I think that's the one thing I don't like, is like putting everybody in this one box or thinking that this is what it has to be. You can come to that realization a little bit later, but I think that's definitely what happened to me. Like, I didn't know since birth that I like was bisexual. So ultimately at the end of the day, like, I don't really care for labels that much, but at the same time, like, I'm not like super offended by them. I don't know. It's like an in-between thing for me. I just wish everybody could just do what they want and love who they want, and it wasn't like such a, I don't know, like such a big deal. But that's just because of the society we're in. But I think we are getting to a place now where it's like, you know, people just date who they want to date, and nobody says anything, because love's fucking love, okay? It's 2020, guys. It's 2020. So now here's another question. It's also about sexuality. So I'm gonna tie them into each other. The question was, do you have a preference to one gender over the other? How did your parents react to you coming out, or have you come out to your parents? So as far as preference, I wouldn't say I have a preference. I would say that like right now, I think I'm definitely at that phase of my life where, as of recent, the only people that I've dated are men, but that's not because I am preferring men over women. It's just because I just so happen to have been being attracted to men, you know, as of recent, or the people that I was dating just so happened to kind of fall into my life. But interestingly enough, I never officially came out. And that's like so funny when I tell people that, they're like, what? But like, even on YouTube, I never made a coming out video. And I remember in 2017, like the highest search video for me was like Kahlen Barry coming out. Like, people were searching for it because they wanted to see it. It just never existed. And I was like, damn, y'all couldn't tell? But obviously it's good, like, not to assume, you know, people's sexualities based on how they act, because I think that's so stupid anyway and so stereotypical. But, you know, I remember never making that video, and when my mom found out that I liked men, it was because I was dating one. Same thing with my brother. He like found out like, oh, you like men? And I was like, yeah. Yeah. Like, it's just like, I didn't feel the need to really explain it too much. Like, I kind of just did me, and then people just found out around me. I will say though that I did have somewhat of a coming out experience with my best friend, and that was like one of the most terrifying things to me, and the way he responded to it just showed me how great of a friend he really was. And I obviously knew he was a great friend, but I was just scared to tell him, and I don't know why. I think it's just because I love him so much and respect him. I didn't want to lose him. And we both grew up in a community where, you know, being bisexual or gay or anything was not, you know, viewed as a great thing. People very much bullied people in that school that I went to for that. And so I was terrified, but he was so accepting. Like, I did tell him, and he literally is like my wingman. He's always so happy for me no matter what relationship I'm in. So I would say that might be the closest to coming out that I've ever done. What do you think about the Jeffree Star Shane Dawson drama? I think that Shane Dawson needs to take 20 years off of the internet. No, he just needs to like retire, honestly. I'll be honest, they're gonna come for me, I don't give a damn. Jeffree Star is racist. Fuck that man. Sorry for that man. I don't know that man.
Sorry to this man.
Now, Tati, I feel like Tati seems like she's getting it together. You know, she realized she fucked up, but I definitely think, you know, there was some manipulation going on behind the scenes, and she even said herself. But at the end of the day, she is a grown-ass woman. She gotta take accountability for her own actions. I'm just gonna be real. And so, you know, but at least she's like making efforts to not be problematic. Now, as far as James Charles, there's been some things coming out recently that I heard about, and I feel like it's real fucked up how people are dismissing and invalidating a boy's experience who is coming out saying that he, you know, is a victim of pedophilia. So y'all need to really listen to people, and if you don't have anything to say, don't say anything at all. It is not a cute look to try to silence or invalidate people who are going through any experience where they are sharing, you know, something traumatic in their life. It's just not cute. Now, I need to take a little bit of a break. I'm gonna come back because my camera's trying to die on me, which is not cute. I don't know why my camera wants to be racist, microaggressive, and homophobic, but yeah, so I'll be back.
3 hours later.
I have Popeyes coming on the way, so I guess I'm about to turn this video into a little bit of a mukbang while I'm continuing to answer the questions that you guys have asked. Well, that's if it gets here on time, because to be honest, the Popeyes takes like 30 to 40 minutes to get here, and I do not know why, but for some reason it does. Oh, this is a really good question from Samantha. She asked, what's the biggest thing you've learned since becoming a social media influencer? Also, how has it changed you in your day-to-day life? Damn, I don't even know, because it's a lot. It's a lot of things to say. One thing I'll say about being a social media influencer is that I always want to continue to use my influence to actually make positive change, because if not, what's the point of me being an influencer if I'm not influencing shit? Which a lot of these influencers out here during COVID, going to parties and stuff, being terrible influences, but that's another video, and I will be making one, by the way, ranting about that. So if you want to see that, comment down below. But no, as an influencer, I think I just learned a lot about people, I'll say. I think it really exposed me to a lot more than I've ever been exposed to, and I think I was really naive for a long time because, you know, I'm just like, I've always been the person that just loves people. I'm a fucking Gemini, so I love, you know, everybody, but not everybody has good intentions for you, sweetheart. And that's something that I had to learn. Not everybody's genuine. Like, people you meet, you'll think, you know, that you're cool, and then they'll be like behind the scenes trying to like destroy you. Or people that, you know, you looked up to, you meet them in person, and then they're like assholes and they think they're better than everybody because they have more followers than you. Or there's a lot of shit that just happens within this industry that I learned. So I think one big thing is keeping a very small circle of genuine ass people around me at all times, because I don't want to be one of those people that is surrounded by a ton of yes men that just tell me what I want to hear. I want friends who keep me in check, who keep me grounded, because when you're going in an industry like this, and that's anything in the entertainment industry, you definitely want to stay grounded and around people who are going to support you when shit gets rough. Honestly, like when I made, you know, the video that I made, that was a really hard time in my life, and it was really hard to do, but I had so many genuine people around me that made it better, that made it easier. I was like, even if the entire internet, nobody listens to me and everyone destroys me and tears me down for speaking my truth, I still knew that I was gonna have friends that were gonna catch me. So it's good to have people around you. I think that's something I learned about being a social media influencer, is that you are as good as the people you surround yourself with. And I had to take a step back away for a little bit, to be honest, because I just saw so many toxic things things, but what I'm learning now is that like there are still so many great people in this industry that want the same things as me and just want to have a fun time on the platform and actually do dope shit and spread positivity and actually uplift people and empower people. So that's like where I'm really in now. But also, as far as like life, I think it's interesting because, you know, being a social media influencer, this is definitely very privileged, and I understand that as well, is having the flexibility to film whenever I want or work whenever I want. That's a great thing. But for my ass, who's a procrastinator and is somebody who can get very distracted very easily, once again, I'm a Gemini, I have to keep myself in check to be like, bitch, you need to film, you need to do this, because if I don't, I can find myself not doing anything, like not doing my job, just, and that sounds so bad because it's like, really, Colin? Like, you're just not gonna fucking upload? It's like, when my mental health isn't there, and this is another conversation actually, and this actually is something I've wanted to talk about for a while, so great way to add that in here. When my mental health is not good, I cannot film. Like, if I'm not having a good day, I can't come on here. I can't pretend to be happy. I can't pretend to be in a good mood. I don't like doing that. So I only film when I'm feeling good. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I have a lot of mental health issues that I struggle with myself, anxiety and depression. And that's something that for a long time I didn't want to admit. You know, I always felt like, you know, I have depression. Like, no, there's no way, you know, like, because I've heard about depression and people having, and I'm like, you know, I don't have it. But then I realized, you know, I was sleeping for 12 hours in a day and realized that wasn't healthy or normal. And so I started to understand that, you know, I do constantly battle with that. And so it's hard for me sometimes to come on here and make videos when I'm not feeling good. And there have been times in my life, months, where I've just felt like shit every day and just been so fucking drained. And so I won't post. This question just really took a turn in so many different directions. Like, sorry, I'm a Gemini once again. Literally just like everybody take a shot if you're of age. I'm not gonna be promoting drugs and alcohol to my young impressionable viewers, but if you're of age, take a shot every time I say Gemini. Oh my God, girl, my Popeyes got picked up. Maybe I will be able to do a little mukbang on here. But anyway, going back to my point, oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I need to check myself, I need to get a schedule, and that's something I'm telling myself now too, because I just started a schedule literally this week, waking up at 7 a.m. every day, doing what I need to do. I'm filming this video right now at 2:50, but I started filming today at, what time was it? I think it was like 11 or something like that. I think having a lot of freedom is a good thing, but it also comes with a lot of responsibility. Another thing about social media that people don't know that can play effect on your mental health, and that's why when I don't upload, I feel like absolute shit, I feel like a failure, is that YouTube isn't guaranteed. Like, you know, 1 month you can make a certain amount of money, the next month you can make nothing. And I'm not even gonna front with you. You know, I'm blessed to be able to do this as a job, but I'm not a rich YouTuber. I think a lot of people think that because you're a YouTuber, you're rich. I'm not, bitch. Like, I am getting by. Like, I pay my bills. I'm so blessed to be able to do this as a job, but girl, I am by no motherfucking means rich. When I move to Los Angeles, I'm literally gonna get roommates because I cannot afford to just live there, like, by myself. I mean, I probably could in a couple months after I get more consistent, but even then it's like, nah, that's too much stress. I can't handle it. So that's what I mean by, like, it's not what people think it is either. And maybe that's another, you know, branch into your question, is that I think social media isn't always what it seems like. People can seem like they're happy and they're not. A lot of people actually do struggle with mental health on here, on this platform. And I think sometimes your mental health can deteriorate being on a public platform. That's why I think it's important, if you are a content creator on here or a social media influencer, to take a break every once in a while. And I'm trying to do that for myself and not feel so guilty about it, because I get so hard on myself when I'm not doing things. So Fiona asks, what do you think about today's mindset, like with hookups, etc.? I think people can do whatever they want to do. You know what is right for you. Personally, I'm not gonna front, I'm not a hookup type of person, just because I get very, very attached to people. And intimacy is something that I take very seriously. But you know what's really interesting though? Like, I'm definitely open to trying things, so never say never. For me, it's a little harder to just do that. But for other people that just like to hook up, girl, do it. Get your dick, get your vagina, get whatever you want. Like, you know, you can have whatever you like do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why people judge people. Like when I was saying earlier, it's 2020. Let people do what they want to do with their bodies. Their body's their choice, period. And if you're gonna judge them or slut shame them or any of that, then fuck you, because that's so disgusting. Be safe. You know, that's the big thing I gotta say though. Be safe, girl. Make sure you're getting tested, make sure you're, you know, using protection, all that. But as long as you're doing all that, then I don't see an issue. The 6 o'clock bus asks, do you believe in the law of attraction and manifestation? And if so, have you ever used or attempted it? Yes. I live my entire life every single day practicing manifestation. Sometimes I have to check myself though, because you know, I can get in some negative thoughts. Like I said, I'm a Gemini, take a shot. I literally overthink things. Like that's a big problem I have. But for the most part, you know, I live with the idea that something's going to happen. I think once you know in your heart, this is going to happen. Like if you want something bad enough, it's not if. You'll never say if this happens for me, you'll say when. And I think that's when you live your life like that, things will keep coming your way because you're gonna get what you kind of attract. Like what you want and what your heart desires, you can have it. Like literally ask and you shall receive, like dead ass. But you have to also put in effort. And I think that's a lot of the thing about manifestation I think people get a little confused about. You can't just sit on your ass and like wait for it to happen. Like I'm supposed to be real. You have to make it happen. You have to actually work towards it. But the thing is, you working towards it is setting off a reaction in the universe for you to get what you're manifesting. Somebody asked if I'm vegetarian or vegan. No, I am not vegetarian or vegan. At one point though, I was in 2017. I decided to become vegan, but this is where I went wrong and fucked up. And I'm going to be saying this to anybody who's thinking about being vegan. I recommend it and I want to be vegan again, and I'm going to work towards actually being vegan again. But I fucked up because what I did is I went full force into veganism, and I realized that's not a good idea. It actually fucked my shit up because I guess I didn't know there was like, and this sounds dumb, I know, but once again, I was like 17 years old, so my ass like thought I could just literally just not eat, you know, cheese or meat, and that means I'm vegan. But also like how are you going to get your, you know, your protein, how are you going to survive? You have to take supplements, and there's other ways that you can get it from other types of food. But I was not doing the research to know what was good for my body or what I should be doing. So what it actually did is it made me really bloated, which was really interesting. But also like it made me very sick. Like it made me very, very, very sick. Like I was always dizzy, I was always nauseous. And so I had to stop doing it. If I was gonna give advice to people who want to be vegan, I would say start off by being vegetarian. That's what I've heard from every single other person that is vegan. I have a lot of friends that are vegan. They told me start off vegetarian and then work your way over there. But also you have to keep in mind that there are a lot of like proteins that you still need. Like another one, this is one that comes to mind, omega-3s that come from fish. You need to take supplements for shit like that because you're not gonna get that. I'm just sharing my 2 cents. I'm not super educated on it, but that's why I stopped, because I wasn't, and I still got learn to do. So if there's anybody in the comments that wants to give me some advice about going vegan, because I actually do want to go vegan again, let me know what I should know. Devin asked if Tana Mojo wanted to let bygones be bygones and offer you an opportunity to be in another video with her, would you take the offer? Number one, I would have to really think about that because first of all, nobody wants to be in a video with her. This is not for attention or anything of that sort, which I know some people think that I'm doing this for clout or attention, but really no. The only way I would do a video with her is if she was willing to be unedited, uncensored, and actually have a conversation, and then we would have to literally make that a fundraiser for like lots of money for the Black Lives Matter movement and actually put all the AdSense towards that. And if that wasn't happening, those would be my conditions, and then no, absolutely not. But even then I'd be hesitant because at this point, the girl clearly shows she doesn't give a damn, so why would I even like go on there to educate her when I'm doing her a favor to try and help her save face when the girl clearly does not care, and she's made that known. She's made that known, so there would be no reason for me to even want to entertain that at this point. Like I tried, I've spent 2 months, literally 2 months trying to educate the girl. My video is almost 2 months old, and I first made that Twitter post 2 months ago where I was calling on her to demonstrate using her platform during this time to actually make change, and she hasn't done shit but have Black Lives Matter in her freaking title. That's literally the only thing that she's done. That's it. That is it. When it stopped being a trend for Black Lives Matter, she wasn't talking about it anymore. There's literally 2 people in the YouTube community, me and Nessa, who both told her about her microaggressions. We both made videos, and she does not have any remorse. She does not care. She doesn't care at all about what she did to us, and that's fine. Like now we know who you are, but that's why like even then I'm not, you know what, let me stop acting like I don't know the answer. The answer is no. I wouldn't be in the video with her anymore because I tried, girl. You missed your opportunity. At this point, you know, hopefully you can educate yourself and learn and do better, but it feels like a lost cause in my opinion. I don't think she's gonna change, and that's just me being honest at this point. That's me being realistic, because if she wanted to do something about the situation, she would have been done it. She has had plenty of time. She's at these parties over here spreading COVID to people, but she can't have a conversation about her microaggressions and her racist tendencies. Oh my God, my Popeyes is here, guys. I'm about to go grab it. I'm so happy. Chicken so fat, you wanna grab it. Oh, that's so fucking fucked up. I'm over here talking about, I wanna be vegan. Here I am, going to get Popeyes. Okay. Oh, child. I'm so sorry, I feel bad, because like I was literally talking about veganism and I'm over here eating chicken now. But like, it's still good, bitch. Like, I'm sorry, like I'm just being honest, it's good. And I wanna be vegan, but now is not the time. See, I haven't had Popeye's actual chicken in a long time because I've just been getting the chicken sandwich. And at first I never tried it. Everyone was freaking out about the damn chicken sandwich. Y'all remember that shit? People were going to prison and shit, stabbing bitches for it. I was like, it don't never get that damn good. It don't get that good, bitch. But you know what? I will say, it is worth slapping somebody over, but it ain't worth stabbing nobody over. But then also like, damn bitch, like you really gotta do all that? You could just wait in the damn line. Go to somebody's fucking car and pay them money to get it for you. You know what I mean? Stabbing a bitch though. Listen y'all gotta work smarter, not harder. Channel your inner fucking Scorpio. I have this really big insecurity about eating in front of people, and I've had it since I was young. And it stems from my mom, because she was like, you're a mess, you eat like a slob. And so literally, I used to be terrified. Like, I would have nightmares, I'm not even being dramatic, y'all, of like dating somebody and eating in front of them and then breaking up with me. That's why like I don't make mukbang videos, because I feel like I look like a slob. I probably do, but sorry about it, y'all. Just give me a pass. Y'all give these white influencers passes. Give me one. I want my reparations, bitch. Somebody asked what your favorite song is. Literally anything from Folklore by Taylor Swift. That is my album right now. It is so good. But my favorite song from Folklore is This Is Me Trying. I think that song is so fucking good. Also, My Tears Ricochet is so good. Honestly, all the songs are good, but those two in particular I'm relating to so much right now. The fucking power of Taylor Swift. Also Believe It by Party Next Door and Rihanna. Ugh, a bop. Riri's just killing it in every aspect. Also Beyonce. The Lion King, The Gift album, Chef's Kiss, Black Parade. Yeah. Somebody said tea or coffee, so this is definitely a great question. The answer is tea, hands down. There's something that I have and have had for a minute. I think since I turned like 15, I've had this issue. Please in the comments tell me if you have it as well. I really don't want to be the only person with this, but if I drink like caffeine of any sort, like whether that's in coffee or pop or whatever, I get heart palpitations and my anxiety is triggered greatly by it, and sometimes I can get panic attacks from caffeine. So that's why I don't choose coffee unless it's decaf, but I definitely choose tea because tea is natural and healing and probably will calm me down, versus like coffee gonna have me thinking I'm dying. All right, so now I'm going on Twitter to get some of these questions. Now I know y'all about to be messy, but it's okay. Like I said, nothing's off limits. I'm gonna be addressing everything in this video. Somebody said, do you think at any point Tana will say anything, or do you think she's gonna stay silent long enough until she thinks people forget about the situation? I think her intention was to try to ignore it until, you know, people forgot. But I don't think people are forgetting. But here's the thing, even if she does make a video right this minute, and Nessa said this in her video, she said it best, even if she does literally make a video right now, it's not gonna be genuine. Like, you know what I mean? You've had months to address the situation and to show, you know, that you wanna take accountability for your actions and how you've hurt two people of color in this industry. And the fact that you don't care and that you're partying and that this is not a priority obviously to you, I think it speaks volumes. And you know, if she does make a video right now, it's, to me, I think even if she makes an apology at this point, like I'm going to be very hesitant, because you have had plenty of time, and the only reason why she will make a video if she does, and we didn't even want a video, that's another thing. I didn't want a video from the girl. Why are you trying to monetize off of you being racist? Like, I don't know why you would want to make money off of that. If you're gonna make a video, don't monetize it and actually make a fundraiser, because if not, then you can keep it, sis, because we don't want a manipulative video of you trying to play the victim about a situation that you caused. But I think she's hoping that people will forget. So I think that's why she's stalling, because that's the only thing that makes sense to me. But once again, I don't know her intention. Maybe she is just so busy partying and she's just like, I'll get to it when I do. But either way, regardless of the fact, it's still shitty. And I don't think that anything that she's gonna say is gonna be genuine at this point. That's just me being honest. Somebody asked me this question. I really appreciate them asking this. They said, between this pandemic and the Black Lives Matter movement, I'm sure you feel overwhelmed at times. So my question is, how are you doing with everything going on? Not gonna lie, it's been a lot. All this has been a lot on me. I've constantly been on Twitter, and it feels like almost every day there's somebody coming at me, and I'm always having to stand my ground to show that I'm not going to be silenced during this time. And so that's hard. But just in general, I think it's hard seeing all of it. You know, even this situation aside, just seeing people in my community constantly being mistreated in any regard It's heartbreaking, it's sad, and it's extremely triggering. And this week I've had so many panic attacks, and I have had a lot of anxiety, and that's just me being very honest and transparent. It's not the easiest situation, and I know I'm certainly not alone as a Black person in America right now, feeling a lot of emotions, like constantly seeing stuff like that on your timeline. It is very triggering, and it's very harmful to know that, you know, people in our community are being literally killed for doing nothing. Also, the pandemic doesn't help. Like, you know, we're in a situation where everybody is in quarantine. Some people are not following the rules. They're making this harder. They're making this last longer than it needs to last because they're so fucking entitled and selfish. And that's like why these influencers out here are making me so fucking pissed, because they could be using their influence for so many good things. They could be promoting using masks. They could be promoting, you know, it's cool to stay home. It's cool to be safe. It's cool to be considerate of other people's health. There are people dying that don't even get to see their loved ones and don't even get to say goodbye. It's so fucking sad, and nobody really realizes the severity of it until it happens to someone they care about or happens to them. And I just think a lot of people don't care, and that's hard too. That's like so frustrating, but I'm like so terrified. I'm so fucking terrified. Like, I don't even like going to the grocery store when I have to go get things, or go to the gas station when I have to go grab something. Like, I don't like it. And obviously, like, you know, small get-togethers where you know you're safe and you're like practicing social distancing and stuff like that. I know some people are gonna do things like that, and I'm not really as mad about that, more so as just going and throwing these very big parties with like 50 plus people. It's just a lot. I just don't understand. I can never understand. How are they not terrified? They're just roaming around like they're invincible and untouchable. God forbid any of them have any health issues that would put them at risk, or any family members that are high risk, because they're playing with fire. Somebody asked, who are some influencers who have shown you support during this time in the situation you're dealing with? And thoughts on influencers partying during COVID? Well, I already answered the COVID partying question, but so many people have been reaching out to me and supporting me during this time, and I'm so thankful, because I really did think I was gonna go through all this alone. To know that there are people that are supporting me and having my back, it feels very good, and I'm very, very thankful. I do want to thank also the members of Trash who have had my back during this time, because they witnessed a lot of what happened, and the fact that they are, you know, standing up for me during this time, it means so much to me. And just any of my friends, you know, that I had in the industry. I feel like, very interestingly enough, I'm going to be honest, I fell and lost touch with the YouTube community for a long time because of this situation, as I talked about. You know, I wasn't making videos, I wasn't really friends with anybody anymore, but I think this situation has brought community back for me. And that's something I'm really thankful for, to know that, you know, during that time, even though I felt powerless and like nobody had my back, seeing, you know, so many people have my back now, it's like now I do have a different perspective and feeling. I think things are changing, and I feel like I have, you know, more positive forces around me, and I'm very thankful for that. I keep saying I'm thankful, but I really just am so thankful, because I know that this could have been very different, and I know that I could have just been completely on my own, and thank goodness that I'm not, because just seeing the little comments that I see here and there that are disrespectful for me is like really hard. So I couldn't imagine like having the entire industry like turn on me too. Now I'm about to eat my fucking Popeye's chicken sandwich, girl. Ooh, that spice hit. Oh. Somebody asked, what are my future career goals? Honestly, continuing YouTube, my music. There's some other things that I'm not gonna talk about on here yet, because I can't, that I'm really excited about, but just in general, continuing to use my platform for change and actually good shit. Like, that's really what I wanna do at the end of the day. And I feel like I'm really coming back into myself again. I'm very, very thankful for it. And that's why I'm really glad I made this Q&A video. And honestly, maybe I should do like Q&A videos once a month. If you guys like them, but you had to let me know in the comments, because who knows, this could have been the most boring thing you ever watched in your life. And listen, we need to keep it G over here with each other. So honestly, if you hated it, you can tell me and I would not be mad. But yeah, I love you guys so much. I feel like this is definitely a good note to end the video on. I definitely answered quite a bit of questions. This is gonna be a long video, but I'm gonna go finish my chicken sandwich, and I'm probably gonna go watch some Disney Plus. I love you guys so much, and I will see you super soon with a new video. Bye.